it's Lynette here with Charm Grammy Crochet. This is, I want to welcome you all into the dining room. And thank you for being part of my yarn journey, but this video is not part of my yarn journey. This video is a video kind of tour, driving tour of downtown Cleveland. My husband is on jury duty next week and starting tomorrow, Monday, which this will be going up probably on Monday. So you'll see it the day that he actually starts jury duty. He hasn't been in downtown Cleveland in a while. Not much reason for him to go down there, but I go down there because that's where I work. And so he is like unfamiliar with the streets and where to go. And it's a good thing so he's going to, on the days that I don't work in downtown, he's going to park in my parking place. And he's never been in the parking garage. He doesn't know downtown Cleveland. And it's really a good thing that we took this trial run, because there's a lot of construction, and where he needs to go, you can't drive straight through down to anymore. You used to be able to get off on a street called Ontario and drive Ontario and like detour around Public Square, which there really is a square. So you go down and then you have to turn right, then turn left, then turn left, then turn right, and get back onto Ontario, because the center of the square actually cuts through the middle of Ontario Street, and drive straight, and the courthouse ends. It ends in the courthouse. Ontario does. And the Justice Center is on this side. That's where the police department is, and there's courts in there as well. But the main courthouse, built like in the early 1800s or whatever, is down there. And City Hall, built in the same era, which you will see a picture. We'll drive past City Hall. And before I mention the stamp, there is a big stamp. It says free. They paid a lot of money to like Andy Warhol or someone. It's not Andy Warhol, but it's like an Andy Warhol kind of piece of artwork is down there. And like the city was all in uproars that they played. It's just an enlarged stamp, like this kind of stamp, and it says free. And it's sitting out there, and I think they paid money for it. I don't know, people were like, why is that there? But it is, and you'll see it. And like when I reviewed the video, you'll see the stamp, but then we drive past it and I don't mention it when you can see it. It's right past the courthouse. But then we end up turning around and coming back, and you see the opposite side of it, like the back side of it. And I pointed out then, but you can see it before then when we drive past the courthouse. I work in a building called Tower City, which Tower City was originally the terminal tower, and then they built onto it and added onto it and added onto it. At the bottom of Tower City is the Higbee building. The Higbee building is in the movie, A Miracle on 34th Street. Is that it? No. A Christmas, it's a Christmas movie. That Christmas movie where the kid sticks his tongue to the flagpole and they have the leg lamp. A Christmas Story. There's a house in Cleveland that the movie was filmed in, and the Higbee building is also in that movie. That is the building that I work in. The part of Tower City that was the Higbee building is now Jack Casino. And like I said, over the course of after the tower being built, they added on, and now there's hotels, the Ritz, the Carlton, and there is a mall that's attached to the in all of that, and it runs in the subway system. We have a subway system. They call it Amtrak, and it runs underneath Tower City. And the main hub for that was built as part of the terminal tower in Tower City. And they call it Tower. There's a movie theater in there, and there used to be so the tower sits here, and then is the mall, and then are the hotels. And as part in the hotels and in the mall, there's businesses, office space. There is a movie theater in there, and there were stores. And when you are in Tower City here, and you go through the mall, you come out the back side of the mall, and there's this big glass thing that sits ground level. But when you're seeing that, you're under the ground. You're under the road. And at the end of the video, we drive past there, and I say, this is connected to the casino building. We're driving on the road that connects where they connect underneath. So the glass area is still part of Tower City, even though there's a road on top of it. When you're inside the mall, you don't even realize that you're like kind of underground, but kind of not really. And the whole glass roof, which that glass area is really the roof. So maybe one day I'll take you for a tour inside there, because that's kind of cool. And the just a little bit of history as far as since the casino's been there. On the opposite side of the canal, of the glass, where that parking area is the canal. The canal was built in the early 1800s, like 1820s or something like that. And it's governed by the Port Authority. And big boats, big, huge barges come through here. It's really kind of neat to watch, to see them coming through. The canal is not really wide. I wouldn't begin to guess a measurement, but you wouldn't think these big boats would be able to maneuver. It has a very sharp turn, a 90-degree turn, and to see those boats come through there. There's a drawbridge at one end, and that actually goes up and down. Drawbridge, they have to operate for when these barges come through. And the barge comes through, and it will, like the turn is like this, and the barge comes through this way, and then it maneuvers its back end through like that. It doesn't like actually do a turn like this. It comes in this way, and then it maneuvers itself over. It's really cool to watch that. But you have to be there at the right time to see it. I have seen it coming and going from work, because we used to park back there. We do not park there any longer. There is 2 parking garages that belong to the casino, and employees park in one, and guests can park in either. But the one that the employees park in is got some maintenance issues, and they're not letting anybody but employees park in there. The one with the skywalk is where the guests park. You'll see the skywalk in the video. I do park in there because I can't walk the 7 flights of stairs. That's required, 7 to 11 flights of stairs to park in the other garage. So I park in the guest parking garage. I wish I had gotten some video of the canal, but you really couldn't see it. And it would be cool if I could ever show you how those barges move through there. They're really big, huge boats. You know, like the boats that carry the containers and stuff like that, the big, huge ones. But when Jack Casino was originally built, it was Horseshoe Casino. The Higbee building was vacant, and they had this whole revitalization thing going on. The owner of Horseshoe Casino was Caesars and Rock Entertainment, which was owned by Dan Gilbert at the time, who also owns the Cleveland Cavaliers. And he had this big plan. The casino was only supposed to be in the Higbee building for a short period of time, and a new building was to be built. How they got around that, I don't know, but they've never built a new building, and we've been there. Grand opening will be in May. I think May will be 11 years. Anyway, the idea was to build the new casino building and a bunch of apartments and shops connected to Tower City by the parking area that we used to park in. where we could see the barges. So he had this whole land development of mall, upscale shopping, casino, and housing. Lots of apartments and hotel space on the canal on both sides. Like, he had big plans, and at least this is what I understand. And it was to be beautiful. It was going to be really, really, really beautiful. But the Port Authority would not give him permission to reroute those boats, because he would have had to change the landscape and they wouldn't have been able to make it through, or they didn't want them coming through if there was more commercial closer to the area, commercial and residential, because he wanted apartments and condos and stuff. So it was going to be a very upscale, real nice. The idea was fabulous, and he even offered to pay for the rerouting work of rerouting the way the boats go, the big ships, but the Port Authority turned him down, which is really sad for Cleveland, because it would have been a really great thing. So as it is, you get to see the glass top. It's at the very end of the video of the back, which is really the back side of Tower City. I do not get a very good front view. I wanted to drive the square, but they're doing all kinds of construction, which I didn't know, because I never go out the front of the building. I didn't know they're doing all this construction down there, and you can't drive around the square, which was what I did intend to do that. But we did drive as close as we could get to going into. We did get close to the Rock Hall and the Science Center and the Cleveland Browns Stadium, First Energy Stadium. And you do see the Guardians Stadium, and you do see the Cavaliers Stadium. So you get all the stadiums included in here, and now my introduction is really long. I'm really sorry for that, but I wanted to give you that history and that... and don't mind the noise. I had the window down so you wouldn't get a reflection. And I did the best that I could. So I hope you enjoy seeing downtown Cleveland and my little blah, blah, blah about the history. But when the video ends, it ends. I'm not coming back in. So if you enjoy this kind of thing, I hope you enjoy this. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. So this is where the Guardians play. We've now entered downtown Cleveland. This is where the Guardians play. And I'll show you some sights. We're just checking out some things down here. That big building over here is part of Cuyahoga Community College. Maybe on the way back. This is all still the part of the stadium, and now is Rocket Mortgage, where the Cavaliers play. Let's see where it says Jack. This up straight ahead, that is Tower City, and Jack Casino is in there. So this is more of the Cavaliers building where they play. I can't see what you can see because I'm kind of sideways to it. This is where I park for work, right there. And I work in the big tower right here at the bottom few floors is where my casino is. Now we're a little closer up. We just did a little detour inside the parking garage. Closer up to the center of the city. This is the skywalk above the road where I go in to go to work. And there's my casino. Watch that person. And this is downtown Cleveland. This is Public Square right here. So this is this side of the square, Public Square. convention center of Cleveland is that building right back there. That's the convention center, I think. These are just, so this church, if you can see the steeple up there, this is the old stone church. I think you want to turn down here. It is, I believe, one of the first churches built here. So this is more of the old stone church. I wonder if you can go there. Why didn't it say? This is the front of Tower City. Right. Right. This is public square. I don't know. That other woman turned, or person did. This is the front of the church. Go down here. Oh, can you? You can't. What are they doing here? Well, good thing you found this out now, huh? Oh, Fahrenheit restaurant? That's new. I don't know what they tore down over here, guys, but they're doing a lot of construction down here. I never come out the front of the building, so I never know what's going on. They tore down a lot of stuff. So you basically probably go another street. I bet you can't get through there yet. Yep, can't get through there. So straight ahead of us, beyond that little bridge, is Lake Erie. You gotta turn here. You're in a turn lane. There is that building, if you can see it over here, that's where the Browns play. You wanted to see it, Laura? There it is. We'll try to get a closer look for you. So I think this building you can park under here. There's building behind and underneath this building.
I have parked.
And I think this over here somewhere is the Justice Center.
That's where I gotta be.
And I think this is the courthouse. This is the courthouse over here.
Is this Ontario?
Yeah, this is Ontario. So see that building with...
Right.
Okay, go ahead. That building...
That's where I gotta go.
Yeah, but I don't think...
Oh.
I don't know if you can get through here now. You can walk through, though. You could see that, right? That you can walk through.
I'm gonna walk through then.
Yeah. Or park out here. Yeah, you're going to need to... Well, I don't know. Can you turn up there? Does it allow you? I don't know. So this is the where the Cleveland Police Headquarters is and our Justice Center. And the road is closed. Didn't know all this construction was going on. So the building straight here is our courthouse. It's a very old building, as you can see. You gotta turn this way. This is another really old building up here, and I don't know what it is. Drive up past there, babe.
What?
That's that really old building.
It's the courthouse.
No, I think that was the courthouse. So this is the convention center on the outside. And the Cleveland Public Auditorium is that building right here. And that's a really old one. Hopefully it'll stay on the outside. Oh, this is City Hall. This old building, which you don't get to see very well. This is Nope, that isn't what I thought it was. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Well, I kind of wanted to go by the Cleveland Stadium.
Oh, all right. I'll see.
We're going to turn around and go by past Cleveland Stadium. I think this building here, this glass, is called the Galleria, which was a really cool mall at one time, and now I don't know that anything is really much in there anymore. And this is One Cleveland Center, which I think is actually a bank building. I don't know. So this building here is a local news channel. Let's see if you can see. Yeah, it's channel 3, WKYC. And they're right on the lake. Beyond that building is the lake, but you can't drive there from here. So now we're heading the opposite direction. I'm hoping to be able to show you better views of stuff, but there's not much to see. Well, I want you see the big rubber stamp? I think it says free on it. Back there, Laura, there's more of the stadium. We're going to try to get there. So this is our science center. No, that's the Rock Hall. Is it the Rock Hall or the Science Center, babe? That's the Rock Hall. Yeah. That's the Rock Hall. If you guys have never seen it. This is the Science Center. And there's First Energy Stadium. I don't know if you can see the barge out on the lake. Out there. These are just some restaurants and hotels and trying to revitalize the downtown area. And that's what this construction on Roy's side is all about. Yet they want to maintain. This is the back side of Public Square. So there's the tower, Terminal Tower. Sorry, we couldn't see the front side of Public Square. It's kind of under construction all around it. You can't get there too. But this part of the building, this is really part of this same building. They meet under the street. It's really kind of unique. And this is the skywalk, again, where I cross to go to work. So you're going to turn right. So this building that it connects to is where I work.